to push the ball up the floor, even off made shots.
You know, trying to find an opening before the half-court D can set up. I think you're going to see more and more of that every year.
I agree. Look at the 76ers starting group. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid.
Allen's got some old-school big man in him. He's got great hands and mobility and does a good job finishing above the rim.
Harris outside. Back to Simmons. Pass to Harris. Now Horford. Dishes to Simmons. Horford the pass to Embiid. Chalk up 2 there.
Boy, he's got such outstanding vision for a big guy, and he's a willing passer. He knows the importance of keeping the ball moving.
Here's Allen, and it's Allen slamming it down.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Boy, Josh Richardson, really the kind of guy every team could use because he's got a well-balanced 3 and D game. He does a lot for his team, brings a lot of value to whoever he plays for.
And staying with the play, Allen. Allen's got 6.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
Simmons passes to Harris. Back to Simmons. Kicks it out to Richardson. Passes it to Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The feed to Embiid. From deep, Richardson. The shot comes out. The Nets go the other way with it. Dinwiddie outside. KD looking around. A three-pointer off the mark. Stolen by Allen. Back to LeVert. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. Irving against Horford. Irving can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Richardson, no luck.
Boy, not the kind of start they wanted. Only 1 for 4 so far.
Durant against Harris. Fires from 18. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Boy, if you allow Durant that look, he's going to punish you. I mean, it's that simple.
And Simmons kicks to Richardson. To the paint. And Simmons slams it in.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
And guys, Karis LeVert can do so much while he's on the basketball floor. The problem for LeVert is just staying on the basketball floor.
Yeah, injuries have really slowed him down the last couple of years, Greg, and it's unfortunate because this kid's an outstanding player. He gets it done in every way as a wing scorer. He can make plays, he can defend, he can score the ball. LeVert says he tries to model his game after Penny Hardaway, and if he can stay healthy, I don't think that comparison's too far off. Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Here's Thibault. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Scott against Irving. 5 on the clock. Jacks up a 3. Offensive rebound. Out to Harris. Pass to Irving. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Inside. Kicks it out to Prince. Chandler outside. Harris looking it over. Another shot. Out to Chandler. Now the pass to Harris. Irving with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Offensive rebound. Prince outside. Trying to find Irving. He's got it now. Goes up again. Again, Irving missing.
Guys, this hasn't been his quarter. I mean, to me, he just doesn't look completely comfortable or confident.
And another turnover here by Philadelphia. The Nets on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. On its way from Irving for two. Another miss by Irving. Outside, Scott. Korkmaz takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
And that does it for the first quarter. Nets lead by 6. And we'll be back shortly. And earlier we spoke with Kevin Durant about surviving the grind.
How can we be the best version of ourselves individually?
Well, Durant may not be the in-your-face type of player, Greg, but he gets the message across for sure.
He's not going to yell at you. He's going to show you how it's done and expect that you're as committed to winning as he is.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Korkmaz is out there with Mike Scott. Then there's Alec Burks. Then it's Shake Milton. And it's Embiid in at the center, filling out the middle. And it's good for two.
That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Since the Nets acquired Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, the franchise has gone from being an up-and-comer to a potential powerhouse in the East. That's necessitated changes on the bench and on the court. The Nets have added some new veterans. The time is now for Brooklyn to stand up and make its move in the East. Kevin, back to you.
Well, we'll see how they do. David, thank you. Dinwiddie with it, and Burks picks him up defensively. Chandler dishes to Prince. Chandler, the pass to Harris. And Embiid with the block.
That long reach of Embiid is a real asset on defense. Covers a lot of territory and knows how to snuff out shooters.
Philadelphia moving the ball around. Pass to Burks. Pass to Korkmaz. Embiid with it. Over Chandler. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Prince kicks to Chandler. And the foul on Alec Burks. That is his first foul of the game. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
It's Durant on the wing. Pass to Jordan. Trying to end the drought. And there's Katie. That's good on the assist by Jordan.
When you've got the kind of game and shot Durant has, you don't lack for confidence. He is ready to catch and fire whenever he gets the opportunity.
Simmons passes to Horford. And here is Milton over Harris. Horford with the bounce pass. Harris kicks to Horford. And Durant sends it back.
Well, that'll get everybody on the bench fired up. They love to see KD playing some D like that.
The putback, great positioning on the putback. Prince has got the lead up to 8 now for the Nets.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamorous stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Brooklyn making some changes. Allen's checked in for Jordan. Karis LeVert comes in for Taurean Prince. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Joe Harris. And then for Philadelphia, Matisse Thybulle comes in for Korkmaz. And it's Richardson in for Shake Milton. To the inside. And Simmons slams it in.
Yeah, that's good vision from Harris. I mean, he draws so much attention himself, so he's become a capable passer.
Irving against Simmons. Fires, high post. Irving misses.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And Clark, how about the 20th pick back in that 2019 draft? Matisse Thybulle, fantastic defensive specialist who has an evolving offensive presence as well.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. His defense is really outstanding and NBA ready from the day he got into the league. He'll improve on offense. You know that. He'll work at it, and he'll get better. I think he has tremendous instincts on and off the ball. Great length and speed and athleticism. He's a terror defensively.
Horford dishes to Simmons. Thybulle, the pass to Harris. Lays it up off the glass. Harris has got 4 this quarter.
You know, you can't allow Harris to get comfortable there now, guys. I mean, once he gets the positioning he wants, you're toast.
Here's Irving. Tips it, and Dinwiddie stays with it. And the Nets lead by 7.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up.
And if you're the defensive team, it just kills you to give up baskets like that.
And that does it for the first half of play. Nets out in front. They're up by 7. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Kevin, what has allowed you all to build this lead in the first half?
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, good to see. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They've got the 7-point lead. And that does it for our...
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, we're not surprised by that. No more than what we've come to expect of him. He can adapt and adjust to anything a defense tries to throw at him.
Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Jacques Vaughn getting going here in the second half. Irving passes to KD. The 3. They grab their own miss. Allen. Now Irving. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Off target with the free throw line jail. Here's Embiid. Brooklyn with the rebound.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
KD, that's for 2. LeVert the pass to Allen. Nets passing it around. Dinwiddie the bounce pass. From the high post. Good work there as it goes. Irving's got the lead up to 9 now for the Nets.
Irving has the touch needed to do damage from just about anywhere, including from there.
Richardson dishes to Embiid. Right side Horford. Over Allen. Outside for Simmons. The pass to Embiid. Back to Simmons. Feeds to Embiid. Second shot opportunity. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's what you call being a master of your craft from Simmons. I mean, fooled the entire defense in the paint there.
And you rarely see the vision and playmaking of Ben Simmons in someone that size. That you can put him up there with Magic, LeBron, and Penny Hardaway in terms of those taller playmakers.
Yeah, you're spot on there, Greg. I mean, he's unique, really unique and gifted in that regard. And with all great passers, there are a couple of things they do well. One is they see a play or two ahead. They anticipate and throw the ball where it should be going, anticipating that. And the other thing is the timing with which they make their passes. It's usually right at the right time, the opportune time for a teammate to score on the catch. I tell you, it doesn't get any easier than this, guys. I mean, Simmons finishing with power.
Irving passes to Allen. In the corner, it's Harris. Back to Jordan. Outside Irving. Over Richardson. Misses the wing J.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Horford kicks to Simmons. Embiid dishes to Simmons. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Here's Allen. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one on Embiid.
Earning a trip to the stripe that time. Allen constantly on the move, which makes him hard to guard. Well, I like this young man, Jared Allen. He's still working to find consistency in his offensive game. He's a really good leaper and finishes at the rim, protects the rim. But his strength right now, which will always be his strength, I think, is his defense. He's outstanding at that end of the floor.
LeVert in the corner. Jordan knocked away. The 76ers trail by 10. Down low, stolen by Allen. Jordan with it. Robinson picks him up to the middle. Harris passes to LeVert. 1:33 left in the third. And stolen by Thibault. Inside. And the foul on Joe Harris. That's his first foul. Harris is checked in for the 76ers. Shake Milton comes in for Alec Burks. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touched by Prince.
And Clark, with Allen, he's still young, and the comfort on offense has yet to really find him.
Yeah, and you know what? I think he's really scratching the surface there, Greg. I mean, this kid is only played 1 year in college. He's shown you that he can defend at a high level. And he looks like he's a worker, so I think his offensive game will ultimately catch up with his defense.
And nothing's been easy for them, especially in this half.
Harris outside. Kicks it to Allen. LeVert in the corner. 5 to shoot. And again, it's the Nets missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Milton the pass to Embiid. Back to Milton. Here's Thibault. Pass to Korkmaz. Now here's Thibault. Guarded by Prince. Takes a 3. Another miss by Philadelphia. Nets leading by 10. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
You know, fellas, 1 second quicker, and that's going the other way.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Kevin Durant comes in for Allen. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Joe Harris. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And stolen by Harris. Here's Korkmaz. Harris inside. Thibault on the wing. Richardson the bounce pass. Here's Embiid. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Nets lead by 10. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
And they'd love to see every possession end this way. True team basketball.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Taking a look at the 76ers. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Matisse Thybulle. And it's Korkmaz in at the 3, the small forward. Thybulle kicks to Korkmaz. Now here's Thybulle. He's covered closely. Korkmaz passes to Embiid. 4 on the shot clock. Korkmaz no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Levert against Richardson. Back to Allen. Embiid with the steal. Here's Korkmaz. Thybulle on the wing. He kicks it to Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Thybulle can't get it to go. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. A nice shot by Levert. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer. Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
Man, I love that list. You're right on. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Brett Brown talking with his team. He was begging them to step it up. He said, we've got to make the move now, and we're going to be out of time and out of luck. Give it everything you've got out there. Kevin?
They get the rebound. Outside for KD. Second chance shot. He doesn't hit that one. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Richardson the pass to Horford. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Horford's got his first bucket in this one. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. And the Nets with possession here. Outside Irving with the shot, and he's finally able to knock one down. And the Nets lead by 10.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him. Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
Dinwiddie passes to Irving. Good on the shot. Irving's got 4 points now in the quarter.
All Irving needs is just a little room to convert, and he's good to go.
Out to Harris. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this one.
Harris is checked in for the Nets. That's good from Harris.
Tell you what, fellas, I mean, an outstanding stretch for Harris has been awesome at adding pieces to his game over time, specifically that three-point shot.
Irving kicks to Dinwiddie. Irving surveying the floor. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. Durant in the corner. Misses the three.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
Here's Simmons. And it's sent back by KD. Outside Irving. Back to Allen. And stolen by Horford. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Stolen by Allen. Outside Durant. There's the triple. Poked away.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Here's Embiid outside for Simmons. He dishes it to Harris. Passes it to Embiid. And they call the foul, so he's... And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
You know, guys, it seems to me as though he's over anxious. He seems to be pressing, trying too hard, moving too fast. Just needs to calm himself down and wait for good shots.
And so they foul intentionally. And Brooklyn making a change here. LeVert's checked in. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Harris passes to Horford. Shoots over KD. The 76ers again can't hit it. And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6.
You know, what comes to mind first when you think of Irving is his handle. Rush hour tight, but also his dynamic ability as a scorer.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're behind by 7. Just 4 seconds left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
You know, maybe working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off tonight, maybe for the future.
Now, here's Milton. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds. Yeah, David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up for...
This on my own, just like Ace from the Queens.
We are...
Hey, Kevin. Well,
It does indeed. Thanks, David. So the Nets starting 5. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point guard position. Stolen by Durant. Irving looking for an opening. Pass to Durant. Fires for 3. Let's keep it alive. Here's Irving. They get it back. Tries it again. Out to KD. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket. KD's got the opening basket of the game for the Nets.
And Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers to ever play. Not the most prolific scorer, but perhaps the most talented. He's dangerous from any part of the floor.
Now here's Beverly. Dishes it to Leonard. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over LeVert. Leonard, no luck.
Easy chance for mid-range. Wouldn't be surprised to see them run that play again.
Here's Irving. Good work defensively by Morris. Greg, as scores go, Kevin Durant's as efficient as any.
I mean, Durant has an insane field goal percentage for the shots that he takes. I mean, when you factor in how many threes he puts up, it gets even more impressive. Durant takes so many shots where he's covered and is still efficient. It's just mind-blowing.
And so it's Brooklyn with it after the basket by Los Angeles. Durant kicks to Irving. Back to Durant from deep three-point range. That doesn't go either for Durant.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Beverly against Irving. Beverly, the pass to Leonard. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Here's LeVert. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
Well, the thing about Kyrie, he draws so much defensive attention. Someone's often left open.
And stolen by Kyrie Irving. And now it's Allen running. He can go all the way.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Go figure is right. Now here's Durant. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Prince dishes to KD. Six to shoot. No one near him. The Clippers grab the miss.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Leonard with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Williams against Harris. Over Williams. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You've got to hand it to DeAndre. His relentless approach on the boards paying dividends.
George passes to Williams. Pass to Shamet. Now Harrell. Clock at 4. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. And it's Shamet missing. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. Harris finds Prince. Clippers trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Offensive rebound. A second chance effort. And it's Leonard missing. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. And they say it was last touched by Leonard.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged a bullet there.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're playing. And it seems like players are constantly changing teams.
As a team, as a unit, as a roster.
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile. Total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Jermichael Green is out there with Landry Shamet. Then there's Harrell. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's Williams at the 2-guard spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, "We've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time." Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, D.A. Thanks. Levert kicks to Harris. Nets passing it around. Irving for 3. Green with the rebound. Clippers trail by 9. Williams passes to Shamet. From deep. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And Landry Shamet out of Wichita State. Some good young guards coming out of that program.
And another one, GA, that comes to mind, Fred VanVleet, also a former Shocker. Both he and Fred, they are knockdown shooters.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Irving. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. And it's an 11-point Brooklyn lead.
And that's vintage Kyrie. He has the blow-by speed to get past defenders off the dribble.
And the Clippers call time here. No doubt, Greg, you are known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul, I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right.
And with Reggie Jackson, it's a testament to his natural talent that he often leaves us wanting a little bit more.
Here's Irving. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Irving's got the lead up to 11 now for the Nets. There's the pass to Green. In the corner, it's Morris. Offline with his 3. The Nets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Irving against Jackson. Here's Allen. The kick out to Irving. Irving double team. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And Brooklyn has possession. Just 4 to shoot. For the 3. That doesn't go in either for Irving. Jackson finds Morris. And they pick up 2.
Good vision, Good decision by Reggie. Pushing for a better shot, finds an open man.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
No, we're left to infer from the adjustments we see on the floor.
3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Irving against Jackson. Irving kicks to LeVert. Chandler outside. On the wing, Irving. Shot clock at 5. Brooklyn needs to get off a shot here. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Clippers trail by 9. Beverly for 3. Rebounded by the Nets. Allen's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Beverly against Irving. A minute 20 left in the first half. Rebound by the Clippers.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Green. Rebounded by Wilson Chandler. Brooklyn leading by 9. LeVert in the corner. Outside Jordan. Passes to Chandler. 51 seconds left to play in the first half.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
And out of bounds as Brooklyn gains possession. Leonard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Paul George comes in for Reggie Jackson. And then for Brooklyn, KD's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Taurean Prince comes in for Wilson Chandler. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Back to Dinwiddie. Pass to Durant. Here's Allen. Here's LeVert. The Nets working the ball around now. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fires the 3. Kevin Durant can't get that one to fall. And there's the foul. And it's on Taurean Prince. That's his first foul. 5 seconds left in the first half of the game. Williams. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Good interior defense, but Lou Williams not to be intimidated, not to be denied.
And that concludes the first half. Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They have a nice 7-point lead. And over. Thanks for joining.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Nets leading by 7. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard position. Here's Zubac. Deflects the pass. Feeds it to Beverly. Over in the corner, Zubac. Outside Irving. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Back to Irving. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Nets lead by 9.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And Beverly kicks to Zubac. Beverly, it's good on the putback.
Looking like a junkyard dog on the glass. Patrick Beverly, you have to admire his intensity.
Irving against George. Pulls from the top of the key, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Here's George. Leonard, the pass to Beverly. Just 5 on the clock. Leonard, no luck.
Meeting right at the rim. He typically converts in those situations. Not this time. Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
George with the ball. Defended by Dinwiddie. Beverly with the ball. Outside Leonard. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in LA, but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
And here is Durant. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Outside for George. Back to Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. Leonard's got 4 this quarter.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Durant deciding where to go with it. Dinwiddie outside. Back to KD. Off target from outside.
And he's trying to shoot his way out of it. You know, they have the lead, but honestly, I think it might help if he'd be a little bit more selective tonight.
Stolen by Durant. And here we go. The fast break with Dinwiddie. From downtown. It's a hand on it. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got his second bucket.
Oh, how about the deft touch right there, guys?
He just guided that ball back up and in. Just a fingertip touch on the ball. And the Clippers making a switch here. Williams is checked in. There's 1:40 left in the third. Here's Jackson. He can't hit that time. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. Pass to Durant. Shoots over Leonard. Harris dishes to KD. Looking to end his cold spell. The second effort. Jordan the pass to KD. Tries again. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Reggie Jackson.
We all know when KD gets the basketball, it might be easier just to foul him than letting him shoot it.
The Nets shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Durant hits them both.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
To the wing on the left. And there's the pass to Shamet. Durant with the steal. Here's Dinwiddie. And he goes in for the dunk.
Look at the unselfishness by Prince. Doesn't have what he wants. Keeps the ball moving.
Shamet on the wing. Left side, Leonard. He feeds it to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope. His only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Dinwiddie against Jackson. Outside for Durant. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. KD's got the lead up to 11 now for the Nets. 6-second difference between shot and game clock. Williams passes to Leonard. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter.
Because he's so good at shooting it and driving it, defenses overplay Lou, leaving other guys free.
KD against Harrell. Shamet kicks to Harrell. Here's Leonard. And the miss.
Beautiful defense by Durant, one of the biggest improvements since he's...
And so it's Brooklyn. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. The defensive work they've done against Paul George has been a big factor. He hasn't done anywhere near the kind of damage we expected. We've got more in store for you right after this. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Morris, and it's Shamet in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Beverly, the pass to Harrell. Over Harris. 4 on the clock. Here's Williams. Got a hand on it.
Torian Prince saying, not on my watch. Spectacular D.
And stolen by Harrell. And Williams with the clear path to the hoop. 2 points. That one goes. Williams has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for Los Angeles. Outside Irving. Passes it to LeVert from outside the arc. Rebound by Harrell. Back to Irving. And the layup falls.
I like this from Kyrie. Looking for a high percentage shot. Settling for nothing less.
Beverly, the pass to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
And cutting into the lead with the big one-hand throwdown.
That's how you get your team back into it. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Landry Shamet. And Georgia subbed in for Williams. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, this is where mistakes can kill us. This is where mistakes can turn this thing completely around. Protect the basketball and make the simple play. In other words, guys, no hero ball right now.
Clippers trail by 7. Out to the right wing. And stolen by Prince. Irving against Morris. Clippers have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Stolen by LeVert. To the paint. Here's Allen. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Irving with it. Guarded now by Morris. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Zubac against Allen. George, that's a 2-pointer. Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. LeVert the pass to Harris. He kicks it to Durant. Fires the 3. Drains it from beyond the arc.
There's really nothing you can do to stop that. Durant at his height, he has a quick trigger, and he makes it look easy.
And the Clippers call time here.
Well, it's a players' league, but certainly coaching has its place.
Yeah, if that weren't the case, you wouldn't see so many coaching changes in the offseason.
Kawhi Leonard's checked in for the Clippers. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Leonard on the wing. Ball's knocked loose, and it's out of bounds, and they say it was last touched by Leonard.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
Brooklyn leading by 10. To the inside. Stolen by Zubac. And now the fast break. George with the ball. And Leonard has it in the corner. Los Angeles with another miss. And it's Harris with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. KD dishes to Irving. 1:31 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's KD. It's rebounded by Leonard. The Clippers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Irving with the steal. KD against Morris. Here's Allen. That's good. And a nice assist from Durant. Allen's got the lead up to 12 now for Brooklyn.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they've tightened up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
George passes to Zubac, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes advantage and finds the open man.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for Brooklyn.
And one area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition, and when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jared Allen.
Boy, such a big factor in the game tonight. His intensity on the boards. Even when guys put a body on him, he somehow still beats them to the ball.
Irving with a clean look. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And pushing it up, here's the Clippers from 15 feet away. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win. for the challenge ahead. And
well, Kevin, and
thanks, David. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. The tall lineup out there for the 76ers. Simmons, Richardson, Harris, Horford, and Embiid. And for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Beverly in at the 1. Now here's Beverly. And George kicks to Leonard. Back to George. Down low. Here's Zubac. And it's blocked by Simmons.
How about the balance and body control? Simmons able to send that one packing.
Here's Simmons. Richardson outside. Pass to Harris. He dishes it to Embiid. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Here's George. No good. Shot missing. Good work defensively by Richardson. To the middle. Here's Harris. Drops in the layup for 2.
Really as good as any passing big that we have in the NBA. Horford is a guy who can run an offense as a big.
George finds Beverly. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue. And you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Now here's Simmons. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Leonard with the steal, pushing it up. Zubac kicks to Beverly. Right side George releases from 15, unable to get that one. And Philadelphia the other way now.
So far the team just 1 of 5 and that rim shrinking.
You know, Greg, we can all agree that Joel Embiid's a superstar in the league with his play, but you get the feeling he's the most criticized superstar in the league right now as well.
You know, pundits and fans have questioned his fitness, his fit, but at the end of the day, he does get it done, and the numbers speak for themselves. Embiid's an outspoken guy, which can invite a lot of criticism.
And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That is his first foul of the game. So, for the Clippers, Montrezl Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Inside. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Williams.
Well, he's just gifted with the basketball, and that includes making plays. Lou Williams spotting a man that time.
Kicks it out to Richardson. Simmons inside. Working on Williams. Simmons passes to Embiid. And now running up the court. Leonard pushing it up. And it's George finishing it off.
A little awareness there from Kawhi, waiting for his teammate to break free and then finds him.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
Well, you know, teams look for +6s, players whose wingspans exceed their height by a half foot. Montrezl Harrell is a 6'7" player with a 7'4" wingspan. If you're struggling with the math, ladies and gentlemen, that's a +9.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Green, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Andrew Shamet comes in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in for George. The 76ers trail by 4. That shot is off. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
And between his length and his athleticism, Montrezl Harrell well-suited for that role of small ball center, Greg, in today's NBA.
Yeah, I mean, he's fearless. Even giving up a few pounds, a few inches, he'll go right at you and making steady improvements as a rebounder year over year.
Here's Jackson. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Harrell dishes to Williams. Jackson has the open look. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Williams with the steal. Outside Jackson. There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Shamet. Los Angeles with another miss. The 76ers trail by 4. Burks the pass to Robinson. Goes back up. And Embiid lays it in. Embiid's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You see that nasty streak Embiid possesses. Part of why he's a superstar. Great motor.
Green. And Green slams it in.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
Embiid's shot is good.
And the man just brings his lunch pail and goes to work. What sets Embiid apart is he does it with such ease.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Thibault with the ball. Now Green defending. Thibault can't get it to go. Los Angeles leading by 4. Outside Green. The kick out to Williams. Off target from three-point range. And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers lead by 4. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And guys, what's your take on the Clippers so far?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Yeah, hopefully the opposition can recover, because that first quarter defensively was unbelievable, just crippling defense.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Shake Milton is out there with Alec Burks. Then there's Embiid. Then it's Mike Scott. And it's Korkmaz in at the 3 spot. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Jackson. The 76ers also with a sub. Tobias Harris is checked in for Mike Scott.
Yeah, I didn't think there was a pass available there for Paul George, but he spots that small crease, he fires the ball through it, and he gets it to his open man.
Harris misses.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
And that one's good. Beverly. The 76ers trail by 8. Horford the pass to Milton. And he jams it with authority.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it.
The 76ers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Leonard kicks to George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. The 76ers trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Simmons passes to Harris. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. And it's George finishing it off.
Paul George rising up. Nice to see a little bit of that return to the younger days from PG.
Horford the pass to Simmons. The 11-footer. That one a little long.
He had a teammate wide open for a better shot. I don't know why he still attempted that with the D right in his face.
And the pass to Morris. To the inside. Here's Zubats. It's good. Zubats has got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And the foul called on Korkmaz. That is his first foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Zubats. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Korkmaz. Such a wide open look. Morris has got 5 now. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays, there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. Williams can't hit. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. 11-point game. For the Clippers, Harrell, he's checked in for Morris. Landry Shamet comes in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for George. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Embiid, he's checked in for Horford. Scott comes in for Harris. Robinson's checked in for Richardson. And it's Burks in for Ben Simmons. Burks dishes to Robinson. Burks the pass to Thybulle. Embiid kicks to Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Burks. Second chance shot. A nice shot by Embiid. 8 points for him.
And showcasing that overwhelming strength. Embiid is so skilled at finishing over the aggressive defense.
Here's Thybulle. Robinson, that's good.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Pass to Harrell. Back to Green. And Green slams it in.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it attacks an easy 2 points onto the lead.
Will not find a higher percentage opportunity than that.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And a chance now to send it over. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And he really was a throw-in that Chris Paul trade. But and that does it for our...
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Jermichael Green with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, pretty much all throughout that first half. And he was taking care of his business on the low blocks and getting more than his fair share of dunks.
Yeah, there's not any guy defensively that was bodying him up or contesting the shot. So right now he's feasting.
Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's George in at the 2 guard. That's who's out there for the Clippers. The 76ers trail by 7.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
To the paint, here's Morris. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And when he's aggressive, watch out. Morris finishing through the contact, now going to the line to try and add one more.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
Beverly against Harris. Down low. Here's Zubats. Back to Beverly. Lets the three fly. Los Angeles keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Count it. Good. And the Clippers lead by 10.
This is where all the extra hours of practice come into play. Leonard couldn't be more in sync on that catch and shoot.
And Philadelphia calls time here. And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switch to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
Shake Milton, he's checked in for Philadelphia. George, no good. The 76ers trail by 10. Simmons passes to Horford, and the call and here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Inside. Zubats kicks to Morris and is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. And Los Angeles with some changes. Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubats. And Landry Shamet subbed in for Paul George. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Lou Williams is checked in for the Clippers. Reggie Jackson comes in for Patrick Beverly. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
The first pick in the 2016 NBA draft, Simmons has been a phenomenal addition to our league.
The 76ers shooting their first free throws of this game.
In the season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
First one falls for him. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Los Angeles leading by 11. Harrell kicks to Shamet. Back to Harrell. Morris right side. Wide open look. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
And the dunk by Embiid. That gives him a double-double in this one. 10 points and 11 rebounds. Got a piece of it. Shamet with the steal. To the inside. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Harris. And the 76ers will go for a different look here. Mike Scott's checked in for Horford. Korkmaz comes in for Shake Milton. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Burks in for Ben Simmons. Morris finds Jackson. And here is Williams. Defended by Thybulle. Williams passes to Harrell. Rebound by the 76ers.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And the Clippers decide to take their first timeout here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments. Pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. On the wing, Williams. Dishes to Morris. Back to Williams. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That one on Embiid.
On the inside, Williams knows exactly what to challenge and who to challenge to get to the free throw line.
A three-time Sixth Man of the Year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son Six in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we can start to chisel out the sixth men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
Outside for Jackson. 5 on the clock. Here's Harrell. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And the Clippers lead by 9.
Harrell smashing through the defense to get inside.
Passes to Thibault. They'll double him with Harrell. Here's Korkmaz. Back to Thibault. No good on the triple. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Williams dishes to Morris. To the middle. Here's Harrell. Morris trying to free himself up. Kept alive. Here's Shamet. There's Jackson with the 3. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
When the shot's going up, it's fun to watch the way that Montrezl Harrell will attack a rebound. Crucial to this offense and his production.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
The 76ers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And Burks hits 2 free throws.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Inside, Embiid with the steal. And so it's Los Angeles in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. Back right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays. So valuable.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Richardson is out there with Korkmaz, and it's Robinson in at the small forward position. To the paint, Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. George with the ball. Here's Shamet. A 3-pointer, no good. The 76ers trail by 11. Right side Robinson to the inside. Knocked loose. Leonard with the steal. Richardson against Beverly. Here's Shamet. He feeds it to Leonard. Harrell trying to free himself up. And it's Leonard missing. 76ers shooting well. 50% from the floor. Robinson against Leonard. Pass to Embiid. And the layup is good.
And hit on the way up. Embiid's strong physically, but also mentally able to keep his focus.
And the foul called on Korkmaz. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Zubats is checked in for Los Angeles. Then for the 76ers, Horford comes in for Glenn Robinson III. And it's Ben Simmons in for Korkmaz. Richardson against George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Horford.
And the versatility of Paul George's game. Elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
And you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
And here's Harris from the arc. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Leonard kicks to Beverly. Outside, George. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Richardson the pass to Embiid. Rebound, Kawhi Leonard.
Well, you could tell right there he just wanted to go for the jam, but the defense too good and distracting.
Poke loose, and it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. And the Clippers call time here. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue, and quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, you know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us. Went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV soon. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. He loves the aggressiveness on D. He said we're doing a great job of challenging everything they're trying to do. Stay active, talk to each other, don't let up. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Marcus Morris has checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Matisse Thybulle checked in for Philadelphia. .156 left to play in the final quarter. George passes to Morris, and it's sent back by Horford.
Well, a level of engagement that Horford brings on the defensive end every night is impressive. Terrific block there.
For three, Harris. The 76ers with another miss. They can burn some clock if they want to.
And get a little breather as well.
Beverly for three. Down low. It's tipped. Embiid with the steal. Simmons passes to Harris. And there it is for him.
Tobias there taking the contact, still leaning with it, scores it.
The pass to Beverly and stolen by Horford. Over Beverly. Here's Embiid. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for Los Angeles.
Fewer miscues made the difference.
Yeah, I mean, a great all-around effort. Not only did they minimize their turnovers, but kept the pressure up on D, forcing the other team to commit turnovers.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance from Montrezl Harrell.
Just really loved his activity level here tonight. Constantly mixed it up, and he threw himself into a lot of plays.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Morris. A nice passing here by Los Angeles. The shot by George, no good. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That'll be his second foul of the game. 8 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. To the middle, stolen by O'Quinn. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap. And so here we go, the 76ers to start it. Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. No problems knocking that one down.
Well, what do? If you play up on Kyrie, he'll go by. If you back off him, he'll pull up. Pick your poison. Doesn't matter.
Oh, wow! You can't let Simmons get going off of these dunks. His confidence just soars when he slams it down like there.
Dinwiddie passes to Allen. Back to Dinwiddie. Irving against Simmons. Irving kicks to LeVert. Just 5 to shoot. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Yeah, simply stated, you have to take care of the basketball, and they don't on that possession.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long. And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Philadelphia shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And the first one at the line is good. And so he makes both from the line. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Inside, Allen. And it's sent back by Horford.
Well, this guy is a consistent shot blocking threat. Al Horford twice on the pipes.
KD with the bucket.
And Doris, make no mistake about it. Spencer Dinwiddie is looking to score. An instant offense type of player.
And Spencer Dinwiddie knows what his role is, and he plays it perfectly. He can go a little hot and cold for stretches, but he doesn't let it affect him. Dinwiddie's always going to provide that offensive punch that's so critical for you.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And foul, folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
Simmons passes to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. It's stolen by Allen. Simmons against Irving. It's LeVert on the wing. Irving surveying the floor.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
Embiid with it, and Allen picks him up defensively. And they double up Embiid. Here's Horford. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Well, it seems like every year, Greg, we see some incredible new players come to the NBA, and they are welcome with open arms. Their style of play is so terrific.
No doubt about it. You know, guys like Ja Morant, I think he's got a chance to be one of the greats. And any list about the future of the NBA has to include Luka Doncic. I don't know if there's a better basketball talent than that young man. And, you know, let's not forget about Devin Booker out in Phoenix as well. A terrific, terrific player.
3 terrific kids. You're right. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. And some changes here for the 76ers. Scotty's checked in for Horford. Korkmaz comes in for Tobias Harris. And it's Burks in for Josh Richardson. And the Nets making a change here as well. Chandler's checked in.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
And again, it's the Nets missing. Tries again with the tip. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
And boy, have they come out strong, really pounding the offensive board for second chance points.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here.
And DeAndre Jordan, not the same impact center he once was, but he's done a great job of acting as a leader for this team.
Well, you think about DeAndre Jordan's career, Greg, and over the course of time, he's played a number of different roles. What you like about what he did this past season is, even though in a changing role, he still tried to make an impact. That's called being a teammate. We talk often about Taurean Prince's range as a shooter. Let's talk about athletically the ability to get in transition and get easy opportunities. Nicely done.
The drive by Jordan and slam dunk by Jordan.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And if you want to talk about a player who embodies the power game, then Embiid's your man. You know you're going to get some strong finishes anytime he's on the court. I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
It's his first trip to the line. Robinson's checked in for Philadelphia.
Now, when DeAndre Jordan is engaged, this guy is flat out a difference maker. He understands how to play to his strengths.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Pass to Prince. Dinwiddie against Burks. Dinwiddie kicks to Prince. Back to Dinwiddie. And stolen by Scott. And so it's Brooklyn going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've been playing some. And recently, Kevin Durant discussed what they have to face.
I think we get a lot of teams' best shot.
And Greg, it's one of the great challenges of being one of the teams to beat.
But that's the difference with a superstar like Durant. He can give you elite play from start to finish. Lesser guys can do that only in spurts.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Korkmaz is out there with Mike Scott. Then there's Alec Burks. Then it's Shake Milton. And it's Robinson in at the small forward position. Pass to Harris. To the inside. Prince, the pass to Harris. Prince up top, defended by Milton. A putback, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Jordan's got the lead up to 12 now for the Nets.
How many times have we seen DeAndre Jordan take it off the window and convert? Boy, he is so good.
For Philadelphia, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. First free throw is good. Al Horford's checked in for the 76ers. Ben Simmons comes in for Alec Burks. And a new group in for the Nets. Allen's checked in for Chandler. Kevin Durant comes in for Taurean Prince. Karis LeVert's checked in for Joe Harris. And Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. KD against Robinson. KD looking around.
Yeah, nice effort there in tracking down the long rebound.
And stolen by Jordan. Irving with the ball. Robinson picks him up. Irving drives in. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Irving's got 6.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Robinson finds Milton. And again, Philadelphia turns it over.
That's miscommunication, and we rarely see that happen.
And the 76ers with some changes. Tobias Harris is checked in for Mike Scott, and it's Richardson in for Glenn Robinson III. Irving against Simmons. Outside Durant. Three-pointer. Irving. And staying with the play, Irving. He's got 8.
Some of the best point guards are sneaky good rebounders. Kyrie doing work on the glass right there.
Hilton the pass to Horford. It's stolen by Allen. Durant down low. Simmons is there.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Will it go? That's tipped.
Well, that's about the long reach of Karis LeVert on the defensive end, swatting away an opportunity.
And so Allen will bring it up for Brooklyn. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Timeout called the 76ers. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many of the guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament to get more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA, the disruption of business as usual enabled innovation and risk-taking. I don't want to be too hoity-toity, but it was Albert Einstein who once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." Guys, back to you.
You're right. Thank you, David. And Brooklyn making a change here. Harris is checked in.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
They get it back. Here's Embiid. Here's Horford. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him.
Well, this guy's such a polished player from this area of the floor. Al Horford, it doesn't get any easier than that one right there.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
All by himself, trying to step up. He's got to be frustrated with the miss.
Bible. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Jared Allen for Philadelphia. They have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4. And the Nets making a change here. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. Prince outside. Chandler, no good. And so it's Brooklyn. Feeling good about their 7. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. Well, we know he's a magician on the court.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2 guard. Nets leading by 19 points. LeVert kicks to Allen. Pass to Dinwiddie. Out to KD. It's stolen by Harris. Richardson, no luck. The Nets shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Irving passes to Allen, and Allen slams it in.
Well, Kyrie Irving has such a good sense of when his teammates are going to create an opportunity, and he puts the pass on time and on target.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Durant, no good.
He needs to look to try to drive inside and get going. That outside shot is simply not there.
And Doris, last season for Kyrie Irving, really one of waiting. No Durant on the year to play off of, and then Kyrie's season with the Nets was cut short due to injury.
Well, second surgery for Irving in the last 3 years. You obviously hope he and KD can stay healthy and try to revitalize this Nets organization. Irving is so excited about being on the court. The NBA misses him when he's not playing. Let's hope he stays healthy.
Irving kicks to Allen. Dinwiddie outside. Here's Irving. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
That's a shot he makes with regularity, but that time the defense up to the challenge.
And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. Shake Milton, he's checked in for Josh Richardson. And a change for the Nets. Jordan's checked in. Here's Milton. A fresh 14 for Philadelphia. Outside for Robinson. They get it again. Horford. Here's Embiid. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
And the call will be against Al Horford. That's his first foul. The 3 from KD.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today. And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Milton, and he converts the layup. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And so it's Irving. He brings it up for Brooklyn. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Goes up, and the dunk by Embiid.
How about the activity of Simmons, mucking up passing lanes and making life difficult on the opposition. So good at getting steals.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Oh, nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it. And Philadelphia calls time here. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland, where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
To the paint. Here's Jordan. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Jordan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone.
I think he's got to settle down, because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Jordan kicks to Dinwiddie. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Prince finds Harris. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. Philadelphia's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. From deep three-point range. Doesn't go that time. And the 76ers go the other way with it. Embiid drives in, and the layup's good off the glass. Embiid's got 8 points.
And check out Embiid's athleticism. Just because he's big doesn't mean he can't move.
Chandler dishes to Harris. Back to Chandler. Harris looking it over. Dinwiddie outside. And stolen by Thibault. Fast break Philadelphia. Here's Burks. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
You've got to stay attached to Alec Burks. What a job in transition as he takes off toward the rim.
And the foul called on Korkmaz. That is his first foul of the game. So it's Brooklyn now. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Thibault on the wing. Kicks it out to Richardson. On the 3 off target. With 1 on the clock. No good that time. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets taking a 19-point lead into the break. They then... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. In the backcourt, Simmons and Richardson. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. And it's Thibault in at the 3. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Irving passes to Harris. Clock at 6. Prince dishes to Allen. Over Harris. That's short off the rim. The 76ers trail by 19. Simmons with it. Guarded now by Irving. And Simmons kicks to Richardson. Harris trying to get free. Rebound, Brooklyn. Allen's got 11 rebounds in the game. The pass to Prince. Now Irving. Allen passes to LeVert. On its way from Irving for 2. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Boy, you can really see the playmaking evolving. When Karis LeVert is hitting wide open teammates, it shows how special he can be.
And the 76ers call time here.
Yeah, I think Coach calls his timeout right now because he's not happy with the distribution of shots. Difficult shots, contested shots. You've got to get a better offensive rhythm.
Al Horford's checked in for Philadelphia. And the Nets making a change here as well. Durant's checked in for Taurean Prince. And it's Durant missing.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Horford gets the bucket.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Outside, KD. Pulls up, high post, the putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Great game for him, double-double now. 10 points and 13 rebounds. And Embiid throws it down.
And how about Embiid putting the versatility on full display? How many other bigs can do that?
Irving passes to LeVert. Back to Irving. And no good, trying to use the glass. The 76ers trail by 19. And it's Simmons penetrating. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You just have to be more careful with Simmons. So brilliant at throwing the D off guard.
And Simmons drops them both. Here's Irving. We're in the 4th quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Shoots from the elbow. And then Allen slams it in.
Well, so often we're talking about Jared Allen's length, and he does it nicely on the offensive glass right there.
Here's Simmons. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Jared Allen. That free throw, no good. Dinwiddie's checked in for the Nets.
Ben Simmons.
And he sinks the second.
The 2018 Rookie of the Year. Simmons' NBA career got off to a great start, and he's only continued to improve.
Outside Irving, it's Durant on the wing. Brooklyn gets it back with the new shot clock at 14. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession. And Embiid has got the ball here for the 76ers. It's an 18-point game. Simmons passes to Embiid. Richardson dishes to Harris. Dinwiddie with the steal. Irving against Embiid. Outside Irving. Down low. Outside for Durant. 5 to shoot. Shoots from the high post, and he gets the bucket. And the Nets lead by 20.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Brooklyn.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win, a game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jared Allen.
Boy, this guy played with some swagger and intensity on the boards tonight, dominating the physical aspect of the game.
Unloads. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
That one is off. And Brooklyn making a change here. Temple's checked in.
At the line for 2.
And he's good on the second.
They can't really afford to leave points at the line right now. He would have loved to cash in on each of those free throws and trim the lead even more.
On the wing, Johnson. Here's Karuch. O'Quinn defending. Crawford looking over the floor. Here's Temple. And not going to go. He misses the first attempt on the night. Here's Neto. That one good for 2.
Looked like some confusion defensively that time. Left him wide open for a nice look on the jumper.
Temple finds Johnson. Back to Temple. Johnson outside. Crawford outside. Missed. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg.
Probably not, they ain't rolling with no. Moving scatty, all erratic and that. They be fragile. Oh, you man, then come at me. Make a move, better pattern it quick. I assume you'll be coming for. That makes 2 of us, that makes 2 of us, Venom.
It's the NBA. G.A.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Much needed indeed, David. Thank you. And the Clippers starting five. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And for Brooklyn, Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then there's Karis LeVert. Then there's Irving. And it's Dinwiddie in at the shooting guard. Now here's LeVert. Jared Allen unable to get his last shot to go. Allen trying to get open is Irving. Great positioning on the putback.
Boy, you see the hustle from Allen there, guys, and his relentlessness and the mindset to keep at it really allows him to gobble up those offensive boards.
Now here's Beverley. Morris inside, guarded by KD. Durant with some nice D.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Takes a shot at the elbow. Irving misses.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Another miss by Irving.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
George with the ball. And Allen picks him up defensively. No good from Zubac.
No excuses, none. I mean, with the defense non-existent, I mean, he has to connect from there.
Irving looking over the floor. Up again. No good that time. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. LeVert against Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And Leonard enjoys jamming it home. Got to keep him as far away from the hoop as possible.
Lets it go from 14. A second chance effort. Outside Irving. 6 on the shot clock. Another miss by Irving.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the player, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
Some changes for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Karis LeVert. And Harris subbed in for Kyrie Irving. And then for Los Angeles, Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac. Landry Shamet comes in for Morris. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Yes, that goes in.
You know, Harris has a really good feel and understanding of when he should hunt his shot. Very efficient on this end.
Here's Leonard, banked in off the glass.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here is Harris. Inside, Durant. Basket is good. The assist from Harris.
Set up on a platter that time by Harris. A room service dime right there.
To the middle and stolen by Jordan. Kicks it out to Dinwiddie. Back to KD. From deep. And it's Shamet with the rebound.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
Leonard with the bucket.
Talk about someone who knows all the angles. Kawhi on the interior.
High post, KD. Leonard's there. Another shot. Here's Jordan. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard looking around. The shot by George, wide open. Cans it from downtown.
Boy, the confidence that George brings to his game is also confidence that impacts and injects his teammates. He's a high-octane scorer. He's ready to go as soon as the game starts and whenever he gets the ball.
Here now is Dinwiddie after Paul George getting his 3 to go. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Leonard against Prince. It's deflected. Outside Durant. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Clippers lead by 3. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Brooklyn. Just catching up with Montrezl Harrell, we mentioned his activity.
That's where I put really a lot of passion.
Greg, I know you agree. Few guys bring his brand of intensity.
And he's added skills. He's a threat to score on the blocks. He passes out of double teams. Harrell's one of the more improved players over the last few years.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Lou Williams out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Green. Then it's Montrezl Harrell. And it's Shamet in at the 3, the small forward. Now here's Williams. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. And stolen by Prince. Irving with the ball. Williams picks him up. Outside Irving. Hey, Greg, if you could coach one team right now, who would it be?
That's a tough one. Clippers, Lakers, Bucks. You know what? I would probably go Lakers or Bucks because you would have an opportunity to coach someone who arguably might be considered the best to ever play the game, because I think Giannis is trending in that direction, and LeBron obviously already is.
How about a guy like Kemba Walker and coaching the Celtics, having him to do what you want to do on the floor?
Oh, he'd be brilliant, and yeah. Kemba, one of the most underrated leaders in our game. Great human being.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Jared Allen's checked in for Brooklyn. Karis LeVert comes in for Taurean Prince. And then for the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Montrezl Harrell. Marcus Morris comes in for Landry Shamet. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Now, here's Zubac. No points in the game yet for him. Back to Jackson. And there's the feed to Green. Can't hit from in close.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Now, here's LeVert. Green with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Jackson in the corner. Back to Morris. 6 to shoot. Here's Green. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
Now here's Chandler. Irving finds LeVert. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Irving for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one.
He's been an absolute non-factor. 0 factor this game. Just a horrible performance from him.
And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Nets. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter from 12 feet out. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Allen.
Boy, the big fella is so skilled. I mean, Jared Allen's jump shot is excellent for a center. Solid mechanics, and it really spaces the floor for him and his teammates.
Jackson against Irving. The drive by Jackson and the dunk by Jackson.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going. Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Nets trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Harris with it. Guarded now by Morris. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. Brooklyn making some changes. Kevin Durant's checked in for Chandler. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Joe Harris. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Jackson.
Focus, intense focus. Durant has bundles of it. Once he catches the rock, the first thing on his mind is let it go.
Now here's Leonard. 6 points for him. Can't hit the free throw line jump.
The defense made an impact right there. Definitely got him uncomfortable going up with it.
Durant kicks to Dinwiddie. Back to Durant. The Nets working the ball around now. That's good. And it's LeVert with the assist. And now just a 2-point Clipper lead. Beverly looking around. Here's Morris. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender and rebounder.
He hits the second from the line. 7 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Outside, KD. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Los Angeles on top, leading. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back from the first half. It's been a dandy. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. The period came to a close with them holding. And that'll do.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up. Be physical with him.
Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Then it's Kyrie Irving. Then there's Karis LeVert. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2-guard spot. That's the group for Jacques Vaughn getting going here in the second half. KD passes to Irving. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got 5 rebounds tonight. Leonard finds Zubats. Morris outside. Pass to Beverly. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Beverly's got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
And Beverly is a menace inside. I mean, incredibly crafty at finding ways to score down there.
Irving with it. Guarded now by Morris. A shot's good from Irving.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
George passes to Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And it's good to see George concentrate on getting the ball to the open man. Excellent floor awareness.
Irving against Beverly. From the arc to the inside. The kick out to Irving. Back to Allen. Stolen by Zubac. To the middle. Here's Morris. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Such a versatile offensive threat. Morris draws his fair share of foul.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. Greg, one of your former teammates, John Starks, would get under a guy's skin on the court. He's like a nuisance, but really opposite off the floor, away from the game.
I tell you, Kev, John's got a heart of gold, and anybody that knows him is going to be a fan of the person. John is as good a friend as I can ever recall having.
Now, here's Shamet, guarded by Harris. Shamet kicks to Leonard. No good from outside.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Chandler, the pass to Harris. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. Katie against Harrell. And stolen by Harrell. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball securer. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
A tremendous mobile one block that we had to see again. Great send back.
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. Taurean Prince comes in for Wilson Chandler. Down low, it's deflected. Jordan finds Harris. To stop the run, tips it up, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
The 3 from KD. Out to Harris. Outside, KD. And at last, they get one to fall. Durant's got 8.
Well, his game offensively is fully developed. Durant has no holes in his offensive game. Comfortable from any place on the floor.
Williams inside, guarded by Prince. Williams kicks to Jackson. And it's off from 3-point range. Nets trail by 10. Durant for 3. Prince dishes to Jordan. Outside for Durant. And here is Harrell. Lots of room. And it's Shamet missing. KD looking around. Fires from the wing. Jordan. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Jordan's got it back down to single digits for Brooklyn.
DeAndre Jordan knows a big part of his job is to gobble up rebounds. That time, an angry putback from Jordan.
And so it's Los Angeles. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Beverly and Williams, the guard tandem. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Paul George. And it's Zubats in at the 5 down low. And it's Beverly missing. Nets trail by 8. Outside Irving. Left side Jordan. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Marcus Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Leonard comes in for Lou Williams. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. George double-teamed. Harrell. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And the Clippers lead by 10.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
And, you know, guys, that kind of offensive efficiency really keeps a lot of pressure on the opponent, and that's part of why the lead is what it is.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
LeVert against George. A nice passing here by Los Angeles. Pass to Harrell. It's good.
And improving as a shot maker every year. Harrell has to be accounted for defensively.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
Allen's checked in for Taurean Prince. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. We don't have to make up the deficit all at once. Let's see if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Flushes it down to finish the break.
Tip of the hat to Irving there. He ignited the break with this underappreciated part of his game. His defense. Quick hands help on both sides of the court.
Leonard finds Harrell. Beverly for 3. A rebound by the Nets. Allen's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Leonard against LeVert. Leonard inside to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. On the wing, Morris. The dish now to Leonard. But they recover it. Morris with the bucket. And the Clippers lead by 8.
And dangerous in that catch and shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
Beverly against Irving. To the paint. Here's Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 5 assists in the game.
Boy, exhibiting toughness right there and persistence. Allen might have been fouled on that inside basket.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're leading by 6. 1:58 left in the 4th quarter. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.
And the way he's made his mark with his work inside, he's just been a slasher tonight. Always moving, getting to the basket at will, and just seemingly taking advantage of a D that was reluctant to get in his way.
Durant, the pass to Irving. Back to Durant. And then Durant with the dunk.
And we've seen Durant now hit big shots before. He's no stranger to the moment. Actually, this guy relishes the moment.
Stolen by Allen. Irving dishes to Allen. And Allen slams it in.
High drama here, guys. I mean, they've managed to get hot just when it looked like this thing was out of reach.
And what a huge injection of energy they got here in crunch time. Suddenly, they're an offensive juggernaut.
Here's Zubats. And it's sent back by Allen.
It's really hard to shoot over Allen, which is probably why you shouldn't try to do it.
Count it! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Yeah, really left him no choice there. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
He knocks down the clutch free throw.
And you know, Beverly is easily one of the most tenacious defenders in the league. An absolute pest of epic proportion. Love his energy.
Yeah, that's a big miss right there. Now only a 1-point lead.
And just look at what Durant is doing. My goodness.
And there's the pass to Beverly. Durant with the steal. 32 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Back to Irving. Six on the shot clock. The offensive rebound. Allen. Yes!
And they've got a foul to give here if they need it.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They're down by 3. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Right side, George shoots over Dinwiddie. And the Clippers miss again. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Do it. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
It's the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
You've got to figure those are the free throws that officially put this game out of reach. Yeah, good job. Just staying alert there, snatching up that long rebound.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. It was a fantastic. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Here are the 5 for the Clippers. We've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 down low. Count that one.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Here's Richardson. Second shot opportunity. He can't get that one to fall. Good work defensively by Morris. That's tipped. Inside. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris. George looking around. Pass to Zubac. Embiid with the steal. Simmons against Beverley. Tries from 10. Simmons can't get it to go.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Beverley, the pass to Leonard. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
I saw a green light there, but he's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
And it's Zubac atop the key. Pass to Beverley. Out to Morris from past the arc. Los Angeles with another miss.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Back to Horford. And here's Harris from the arc. That shot no good. The Clippers go the other way with it.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first man.
Embiid, no good.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Tipped away. Leonard with the steal. Here's Zubac. Los Angeles with another miss. For Philadelphia, they've gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Let's start for them. Some changes for Philadelphia. Scott comes in for Embiid, and Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Richardson. And then for Los Angeles, Harrell comes in for Ivica Zubac. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverley. Robinson's checked in for Tobias Harris. Here's Williams. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Yeah, that's a tough one. An experienced player in the pro game shouldn't be making that pass.
They get a hand on it. Taken away by Williams. And the pass to Leonard. Back to George. Simmons against Williams. He's looking for Harrell and finds him. It's tipped. Morris kicks to Leonard. Over Thybulle. Leonard, no luck.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
And that too, yeah. Fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious. And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
He doesn't get the second one.
The 2018 Rookie of the Year, Simmons' NBA career got off to a great start, and he's only continued to improve.
The D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
Wow, fired that bounce pass in there beautifully.
Down low, Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
The defense so concerned with Shamet and his shot-making ability, he makes the play that time.
And a dunk by Horford.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. And here is Los Angeles now after the Sixers pick up 2. Ben Simmons with the rebound.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
The Clippers in the lead. On the wing, Jackson puts up a 3. Left side, Williams, and stolen by Horford. Robinson down low. He's covered by Shamet, and it's Robinson with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
And the gamble paying off. This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Shamet on the wing. Back to Williams. He dishes it to Green. Stolen by Robinson. And it's Simmons penetrating. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson.
And this is how Simmons puts up points. He challenges you close at the rim more often than not, having the physical advantage.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
It's all tied in Philadelphia. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And chatting earlier with Ben Simmons, he addressed this.
For me, it comes with.
And with social media now, Greg, blocking out the noise has become for these players even harder.
I mean, truth is, people like to criticize others. We should be celebrating what Simmons has accomplished at a very young age.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from the 76ers, what do you guys think?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Just playing some real gritty defense right now, just getting up in bodies and forcing a lot of turnovers.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the 76ers, Harris and Embiid together in the middle. Shake Milton is out there with Alec Burks, and it's Korkmaz in at the 3 slot.
Yeah, but the defense was determined not to give him an inch of free space. And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
To the middle, here's Milton, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Philadelphia with the ball. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Count that one. Korkmaz has got the lead up to 3 now for Philadelphia.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Milton's shot is good. Milton's got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Here's Leonard. No good off the back of the rim.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Burks on the wing. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Stolen by George. One-on-one here to end the run. And George with this stuff.
Yeah, Paul George will take those opportunities anytime he can get them. A nice dunk there.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And Korkmaz, the Turkish guard, taken at the end of the first round in 2016. Spent a year overseas before joining the NBA and didn't play much early on. But last season he showed he's a starting caliber player.
And with Korkmaz standing 6'7", Greg, there's a lot to like.
And his size can be a huge advantage in certain matchups, Kevin. Great wingspan also lets him grab a fair amount of steals. Has worked hard to get where he is and still showing room to grow.
Now here's Beverly. Good on the three-point shot. Beverly's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Now, this is huge. If Beverly's out there and is behind the arc knocking him down, the offense is going to crank up.
Stolen by Beverly. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Ahead. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's Brooks. Passes it to Korkmaz. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Nobody near Leonard. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in.
This is a rough stretch right here for him offensively. Seems to be rushing shots.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Philadelphia. Al Horford's checked in for Korkmaz, and Simmons subbed in for Alec Burks. And then for Los Angeles, Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Zubac, and it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly. Now here's George. Williams dishes to Morris. To the inside, here's George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Richardson.
You wonder if Paul George finally has a situation here where he could show why he's an elite player, why he's an all-star, but to pay off how hungry he is to prove it with a late postseason run.
Mike Scott's checked in for the 76ers. Matisse Thybulle comes in for Tobias Harris. Green, he's checked in for the Clippers. Jackson comes in for Leonard. To the paint. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. That one drops for him. And the Clippers lead by 4.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Simmons slams it in.
No answer for Simmons. A tenacious scorer who finishes with muscle through contact.
Robinson's checked in for Philadelphia. Landry Shamet's checked in for the Clippers.
And after some time over in France and the G League, JaMychal Green catching on as a steady NBA veteran.
In Memphis, the Grizzlies played him over Zach Randolph for some time. He's a guy that just keeps working and has found a niche now as his three-point shot has found more consistency in the NBA.
Here's Williams. Misses off the right iron.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Well, that's how to protect the rim without fouling. Force him into an awkward release and a bit of an adjustment on the layup.
And stolen by Thybulle. Simmons on the wing. Guarded by Green. And Simmons kicks to Thybulle. Back to Simmons. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
He's so dangerous as a scorer. Lou Williams can recognize when there's openings. This time it was a teammate.
And here's Simmons for 3. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They were never able to get the lead above. And that...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, guys, Montrezl Harrell has been exceptional here.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Doc Rivers. Ivica Zubac is out there with Morris. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Richardson. Morris with the block.
And a rare block shot from Morris. Anticipates the move and just times it out perfectly.
Down low. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
You have to credit the aggressiveness offensively, because that's when you make a play when you really need it. Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
Good work defensively by Morris. Los Angeles leading by 7. Pass to George. Fires from deep. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior. 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something that I can honestly say, as a kid, you dream about a lot of things. Winning, you know, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly. Born and raised.
And it's in there.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
From deep, George. Good work defensively by Richardson. Beverly against Embiid. Pass to Richardson. Inside, stolen by Beverly. Leonard looking over the floor. The pass to Beverly. Back to Leonard. 3-pointer. And again, no good by the Clippers.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
And the Clippers call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. And that one's good. Shamet.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now, here's Burks. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And just a fantastic season a year ago in terms of his free throw shooting. 90% from the line.
And some changes here for the 76ers. Mike Scott's checked in for Tobias Harris. Korkmaz comes in for Shake Milton. And Matisse Thybulle subbed in for Richardson.
And you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Now here's Williams. There's Jackson with the 3. Scott pulls it in. The 76ers trail by 3. Korkmaz kicks to Embiid. The Clippers have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Jackson finds Green. Now, here's Shamet. Not a lot of room. Williams shot is off. And Embiid has got the ball here for Philadelphia. Embiid, great positioning on the putback.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
This is it to Jackson. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 12-4 run. Scott against Harrell. Here's Embiid. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Shamet kicks to Williams. Now, here's Shamet. He's tightly guarded. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Williams. Harrell trying to free himself up. Good on the short little jump shot. Williams has got his first 2 points.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Thibault, the pass to Korkmaz. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Los Angeles on top, up by 3. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. The talented combo up front, Horford and Embiid. Ben Simmons is out there with Matisse Thybulle, and it's Robinson in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Jackson, that's good.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
No coverage that time. Los Angeles leading by 3. Shamet the pass to Morris. Shot from 12 and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Just hard to keep up with Montrezl Harrell and that impressive energy he brings.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Harris is checked in. The Clippers also making some changes. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Landry Shamet. Paul George comes in for Lou Williams. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Jackson. Harris, right side, stolen by George. Morris passes to George. To the inside. Out to Morris. To the left side wing. Beverley with the ball. And it's Horford picking him up. Harris against Leonard. Over Harris. And Leonard gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Hard to deny Leonard when he gets in that close to the rim. Too many ways for him to get creative to score.
The 3. It's hauled in by Harris.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
To the middle. Here's Horford. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
Weight room paying off. Absorb the contact and finding a way to get it done there.
Morris passes to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. And Philadelphia calls time here. You have to like what we're seeing, guys, from Montrezl Harrell.
And the defense has not provided any threat to stop him out there, so it should come to no surprise that he continues to attack the basket.
Josh Richardson's checked in for Robinson. Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He got on his guys about allowing too many paint points. He said, hey, we've got to be scrappier. We've got to be quicker to help, quicker to collapse the lane. You guys know what to do. Now you got to give me the effort. I want to see some nasty. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Embiid, the pass to Richardson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
Remember Josh Richardson, a second-round pick. He has come a long way in this league in a short time. A great athlete who shoots it well and enjoys playing the D.
And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Beverly for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Harris has got 4 rebounds in this game. Richardson finds Horford. Clippers leading by 6. Outside Leonard. Beverly for 3. It's hauled in by the 76ers. And it's Harris off the drive. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup.
How about Tobias Harris coming through? Critical shot there.
Pass to Beverly. Clippers moving the ball around. Leonard, no luck. For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out the break. And Simmons slams it in.
Love how Simmons commands the ball, especially in the big moment.
Leonard against Horford. Zubac kicks to Beverly. And airballs the triple. That one was way off. Richardson attacking. Inside, Paul George with the steal. Outside Leonard. Back to Beverly. Pass to Leonard. The 3 from George. They get it back. Here's Zubac. Outside, George. A 3 from Leonard. And that one goes out of bounds. Touched by Zubac.
Man, the score being this close, you have to retain possession of the ball. You just can't give it away like that.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams has checked in. Harris outside. He feeds it to Embiid. Good! A huge shot to tie it up.
The nerves on this guy.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And the Clippers call time here. The score knotted at 45. 55 seconds left in the fourth. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Montrezl Harrell.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
Embiid trying to break loose. Harris's shot is off. Morris dishes to George. Money!
Well, your best players want to take on the burden come clutch time, and Paul George carrying the weight right now.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 2. 23 seconds left in the game. Simmons inside. Working on Williams. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And the Clippers get called for the foul.
2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. And Simmons drops them both.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
And so now a timeout called by Doc Rivers.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
And Leonard has it in the corner. He's off from 3. Simmons looking around. Outside, Horford. To take the lead. It's off for the win. Shot is good. But it looks like this one might get reviewed. Very close on the release. And they're going to call for a review of that last second shot. If they overturn the basket, they get a chance to play the overtime period. Otherwise, this one is over. And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. And so they have the first opportunity on offense right here as we begin overtime. All fueled up and ready to go to overtime basketball here, brought to us by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for the Clippers right now, Shamet Leonard are on the wing. Montrezl Harrell is out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Williams at the 1.
And hit on the way up. Embiid's strong physically, but also mentally able to keep his focus.
And it's Harrell missing. The 76ers lead. Now here's Richardson. Embiid with it. Now guarded by Harrell. Shamet on the wing. Kicks to Leonard. The pass to Williams. And he's good on the 3-ball. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Wow, huge in a big moment there. Getting the ball to Lou Williams, not a bad idea.
Pass to Shamet. Puts it up. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Richardson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. He drops the first one, and that ties the game up. A different look for the Clippers. Marcus Morris is checked in for Harrell, and it's Paul George in for Landry Shamet.
And you just have to understand that hours and hours of practice mean that clutch free throws become easy.
Los Angeles calls timeout. They trail by 1. A minute 50 left in the first overtime. Action has been terrific. Well, as we saw, 4 quarters not enough. We're just over a minute into overtime. Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Leonard finds Zubac. Back to George. Down low. Embiid with the steal. Here's Richardson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Looks like Josh Richardson is always seeking a shot. This time, looking for contact as well.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 2. So he gets them both, and it's a 3-point game. And it's Williams with the ball for Los Angeles. A 3 from Leonard. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Embiid for 3. Another miss by Philadelphia. Clippers trail by 3. And George, here we go. Yes!
Paul George stepping up big time.
58 seconds left in overtime. And they double up Simmons. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. So the Clippers win the tip. And always a good ride in these post-regulation battles. This overtime now looking to be an exciting one. Got it!
And that's a clutch bucket by Morris, showing the team they can count on him down the stretch.
Harris finds Simmons. Right side Horford. Pass to Embiid. It's hauled in by Zubac. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Leonard. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. That's on Ben Simmons. That free throw good from Leonard.
As as big a basket as that was the free throw, probably even bigger. Now you've got a 2-possession lead all of a sudden.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 5. 20 seconds left in the first overtime. Embiid from outside. The Clippers grab the miss.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6.
Lou Williams and that wisdom gives a boost to the confidence of the entire team, someone the younger guys look up to.
And Philadelphia calls time here. They're down by 7. 8 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Guys, what's your take?
Trying to keep hope alive, but I don't see them making a comeback.
Yeah, this is the classic too little, too late. The effort coming and not enough time for them to get back in it.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's